everyone, I am back. Sorry about the camera. The lighting in here is really horrible. As you can see, everything's really dark. It's storming outside and it's not good for natural light. So, but anyways, this is going to be my pregnancy tag video. I've had a lot of questions recently and I just figured I would do a video to answer them all and be easier than just individually writing back, and I'm sure that way other people can know too. Sorry if I keep looking down. I wrote them all down, so sorry. So I'm just going to get started. The first one was, it says, how did you find out that you were pregnant? We found out, let's see, October. We had suspicions that I might have been, and it wasn't because of this period. My period has never actually been regular, so it wasn't because of that. It was just I started to feel not so great, kind of sick feeling, and I guess a father's intuition, because Dustin kept telling me, you know, you're pregnant, and I'm just like, no, I'm not pregnant. But so I did buy a twin pack pregnancy test, and I took it, and I was not pregnant. Then in November, once again, I had the urge to want to take one because I kind of thought that I might have been. So I took the other one that I actually still had out of the twin pack. Sorry, I'm a mess. And it turned out that it was positive. And I was scared and excited and nervous and lots of emotions at the same time. But yeah, so the next question was, how did you tell the daddy? Basically, he knew I was taking the test, and I came out of the bathroom, and I just kind of gave him this look, and he knew, and he sat down, and he smiled and gave me a hug, and, you know, he wasn't, you know, shocked at all, you know. Because like I said, he pretty much knew before I did, so call it what you will, but being shocked or scared was definitely not a reaction, so that's good. Very, very happy. Let's see. Next, it says, how did you feel about it? Pretty much just explain that. How'd you tell your family? Let's see. As far as his half of the family, I think they because at the time that this took place, you know, because we just got our house about 5 months ago, so at that particular time we were staying out there with his family, and they pretty much had an idea, especially his mom and his grandmother, might be also just another mother's intuition, so they kind of found out on their own, and then, you know, just came in and she talked to us about it, and, you know, we just had a little talk and kind of confessed and everything, so that's how that. And then as far as my family, I was rather particularly chicken to tell them. I'm really not sure why, but like I was excited, I didn't know how to really go about it. So we had scheduled to go over and have dinner to tell them, and I, you know, being pregnant and sick at the time, I actually fell asleep on the couch, and Dustin took it upon himself to tell them, which I appreciated because it, you know, it was a lot of stress off me. So when I woke up, they kind of already knew, and, you know, it was no big deal. So as far as anybody else, you know, I pretty much just kind of blurted out and told them, and, you know, everybody's really excited, so that's good. It says, did you want a boy or girl? Originally, because we have a 6-year-old boy, I wanted a girl. I have a younger brother that is my only other sibling, and I wanted to also have just a boy and a girl, to have one of each, and have the boy first, that way he can protect his younger sister. And at the time, I believe, you know, Dustin wanted a boy. He never really said, but I think he wanted to have a boy. And then it just basically boiled down to what every parent ends up, you know, wanting, and that's just a healthy baby. You know, that's really all you really want, is just a healthy baby. The sex doesn't end up mattering anyway. So, yeah. And then, let's see. What was the first baby thing that you bought? The first baby thing, which, let's see. Technically, the first baby thing we bought, we were actually in the store, and I bought a onesie, and this was around Easter, because it says just hatched on it. So although she's not obviously going to be born around Easter, I bought that for some odd reason. Like, I just couldn't wait to just buy something. Other than that, that was the first baby thing we bought. After that, we found out it was a girl, and we went to Burlington and went crazy. I think that day we dropped $400 or $500 just on baby stuff. We went crazy. So many things just to get started. Let's see. What names did you pick, or how did you get your name, or what names did you have picked? It says, that's actually a cute story. As far as names, well, in the beginning, we had a boy's name picked out, which later ended up that it could have been a boy or girl name. But at 21 weeks, we had our ultrasound, and she told us it was a girl, and we had no girl name picked out. Well, after we left the doctor office, we actually went and grabbed breakfast because it was early in the morning, and we were looking on some baby name apps on our phone, and we picked out about, I think there was like 7 that we liked. And so we put those on a piece of paper, and then we each took another piece of paper, each, and a pen, and we're like, okay, so we're both going to write down 2 names that we like, and then if we both write down one of the same name, that'll end up being her name. So we both wrote down 2 names, and we flip them over, and we actually both wrote down the same exact 2 names in the same exact order. So we're like, okay, that's got to be it. So that's her first and her middle name. So it ended up being Amaya. Wow, I can't even say her name right. Isn't that horrible? It ended up being Amaya Haley. So that's how we came up with that. Let's see. It says, how old were you when you found out you're pregnant? Finding out that I was pregnant, I would be 25 because I just turned 26 in April. Is this your first child? No. If you've viewed my videos, you know we also have a 6-year-old son named Colton. What's the theme of your nursery? I'm sure you've seen my nursery tour video. If you haven't, definitely check it out. We went way above and beyond on her nursery. As you see behind me, this is just pieces of it. We went with a kind of an owl theme, and the main reason for it was because if you see her, this thing's called the comforter, ding ding, on the wall, it was one that Dustin really liked and picked out, so we kind of just matched her color scheme and everything off of that. So it's kind of like a yellow and pink with a hint of a chocolate brown. Let's see. What's the best thing about being pregnant? The best thing about being pregnant is obviously knowing that you are making your baby inside of you. Feeling the baby move is an unforgettable feeling and undescribable. If you've ever been pregnant, or if you are pregnant, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's completely different than putting your hand on somebody's pregnant belly as opposed to feeling it yourself. So that would be the best. And of course, getting to see the ultrasounds, and we did the 4D, that was absolutely amazing. It's so like mind-blowing looking on the monitor and seeing that little peanut develop into, you know, a baby that's inside of you that you're going to be holding soon. So that was probably the best parts. The worst parts about being pregnant, oh, where to begin? Sorry. There's probably so many symptoms, from the swelling to the nausea, to the back pain, pelvic pain, not being able to sleep, being hot, gaining weight. Like, I could go on and on and on. Once again, like I said, if you've ever been pregnant or pregnant, you know exactly what I'm talking about in all those areas. Let's see. Well, I kind of already answered that one. A recent question I got was, how much weight have you gained? So I see a lot of videos where some girls are like, oh, I've gained 26, oh, I've gained 30, oh, I've gained 40, and they're like so distraught over it, and I wish that was what I had gained. I have a disorder, I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember the name of it right now. It's not that rare. I basically retain water a lot more, I guess, easier than the average person when I'm pregnant for some reason. It's only when I'm pregnant, because when I was, when I was pregnant with Colton, I gained 80 some pounds. Yeah, that's a lot. Now keep in mind, I am almost 5'9", so I am very, very tall for a girl, and also I'm big boned and I'm proportioned differently. So, you know, when you hear weight, you can't always take it and compare it to yourself, because people of different heights and different bone structures, it affects them completely different. So that's why somebody that's 5'2" can't, you know, compare somebody that's like my height, like I said. But with this pregnancy so far, however, it's sad. Like, if you've seen my belly shots, I will actually post a couple of them after this video, so you can see them, and they're recent pictures of me while being pregnant, that I have actually gained probably close to 100 pounds. That's right, 100 pounds. That is horrible, it's terrifying, and I'm not too worried about it. And the reason, because, for one, however, unlike my first pregnancy where I worked up until the day I went into labor, this one I have not worked. In December of last year, when I was about 3 months, I was in a pretty bad car accident, which it basically left me unable to work for quite a while, and then by the time I could, it was just so far that we decided it was best if I waited till after. So that's another reason. And then just in general, I guess, when I'm pregnant, I gain weight bad. And I mean, I don't feel, I mean, I can tell I've gained weight, but I don't feel like absolutely chunky or fat or anything. And also I know that after I have her, that I'm going to work my butt off to get back down to it. So like I said, after this video, I'll show you, I'll put some pictures up of my pre-pregnancy body and then now. And you'll be able to see that you can tell I've gained weight, and then of course there's the pregnancy weight. But it's not like, oh my god, she turned into a balloon. So it's not too bad. And then the last question that also went along with that one is, how around is your waist right now? I don't really know what it was to start out with, to be honest. I didn't measure it. Right now it's at 45 inches around. So yeah. But once again, I'm not too worried about it. So anywho, so that was just a few questions I have gotten. If anybody at all has any questions, if you're, you know, if you want to know about just my pregnancy, or if you have questions for yourself, or anything at all, just leave it below and I will reply, I promise. And I am not modest or shy about absolutely anything. So feel free to ask, and yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope that answered your guys' questions, and I'll put those pictures up. Alright.